welcome back to Deep Thought. We are going through Mega Man 3, and it's time to go through the goddamn Doc Robot stages.
Yeah, this is easily the weakest part of 3, and it's why, on the whole, I would put 3 below 2.
It's the reason why I would put 3 below pretty much every other game, honestly.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. It's just more a pace killer than anything else.
Yeah, this is the first game in the series to have an additional Wily Castle-esque style thing before the actual Wily stages. And
well, to
honestly,
be fair, Wily's not the bad guy in this one, so...
Okay, well, I mean, there is that. But I prefer when the games just had, like, its levels and then the Wily stages. Like, I think Mega Man 2's, like, structure is just perfect. Like, the best in the series. Because 4, 5, and 6, I mean, I haven't completely played through 6 just yet, but 4 and 5, it would have honestly been better if they had just gotten rid of, like, whatever the dumb stuff they had in there.
I can assure you in Mega Man 6 it's going to be Mr. X as the final boss.
Okay,
Well,
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, and this is honestly the main reason why I hate this one so much, because of this goddamn Doc Robot thing. It takes abilities from the bosses of Mega Man 2, but of course you don't have the same weapons to defeat those bosses, so you gotta figure out which one is weak to the corresponding Doc Robot. That was Metal Man, I believe. And so you have to do this 2 times in each stage, each of the 4 stages you have, and then after that you beat Proto Man. And it's just like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it.
My opinion on the Doc Robots is simply this. Doc Robots? More like cock robots, am I right?
Okay, so what's your opinion on them? Yeah, so that was why we had these sort of empty blank screens in the first part, because this time around they'd put, like, spikes on the sides, but why they couldn't have just removed that from the original stage, I don't know. Other than maybe effort.
Well, I mean, they kind of rushed this out, to be fair. Which,
Oh,
again,
yeah.
I mean, it's not like the game was incomplete when they rushed it out. I mean, I suppose the slowdown is a big indicator. But still, it's, like, I mean, this game is perfectly fine for something that they had, like, put out before they apparently finished it.
Or it does have the vibe that maybe it was a late beta rather than, you know, something that was intended to be sold. Like, it's not just that, there's also things like, you know, the title screen incredibly underwhelming compared to 2. You know, it's like, it's a nearly finished game without the finishing touches.
Well, I kind of like the intro to Mega Man, the title screen. Like, the music is good, and it's just kind of like, it's there. It's kind of like, it gave a little bit of a melancholy feel, which honestly isn't represented throughout the whole game, but hey, it's alright.
Yeah, I like the music a lot from the title. That's like one of my favourite title themes from Mega Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say is, since, like, Inafune was involved in this, I suppose it's kind of good that the game was rushed out by Capcom, because otherwise it probably would have never have come out and we would have a Mighty Number 9 situation again.
Oh dear. Yeah. I mean, for all the jokes that... It's funny looking back at Mega Man 3's development cycle and then thinking about Mighty Number 9. But, I mean, Keiji Inafune... people do refer to him as, like, not really a video game designer, more of just a video game businessman, and I can obviously see that with Mighty Number 9, but I mean, he still did, as I said in the beginning, he held a lot of responsibilities for this game, and especially with Mega Man 2 and the original Mega Man, he was like the character designer, not the creator, but the person who, like, drew Mega Man, or helped draw, or something like that. So, I mean, I want to give him some amount of credit before we rip him apart.
He sure was there.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just, over time you think of all the different, like, scandals and whatnot from where previously people wrote the blame off onto Capcom. Like, you think the whole Legends 3 thing, And at that point in time, a lot of people were sort of on Inafune's side there because he was saying the right things and whatnot, and it looked bad on Capcom. But then once he's now fronting concept, and you know they've had way more of a disaster, like PR-wise. It kind of, in retrospect, you think like maybe there was quite a bit more that was Inafune's fault than we originally thought.
I suppose so. I mean, again, I don't really care for Inafune now. I think he's whatever ideas he's had in the past, it's just kind of dried up, much like Miyamoto. As sad as it is to say.
What's with these famous game designer people who like start out with making some pretty good games and then they end up making shit like, I don't know, Rodea or Mighty Number 9?
Well, I think with the extreme examples, people like, you know, Inafune, especially people like Miyamoto and that, is that they're unconditionally listened to. So, like, if you've got, say, Miyamoto saying that this new RPG game doesn't need to focus on plot, like, people don't even, you know, the other people working on the game, they're not even going to question that. They're going to think, this is Miyamoto. He's the guy responsible for all these games that did really well. Let's pay attention to what he says. Even though the stuff that he's known for are the most simple of simple games, not necessarily RPGs, you know? So, like, you know, we're just going to take advice from someone who's qualified by name, not by actual experience.
Also, don't pause in this section.
Oh yeah, you're kind of guaranteed to die.
Yeah, this is another good use for the rest jet.
This section is more difficult than it could be because of the slowdown. It's harder to time things working around where the enemies are spawning in.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten to a point where the slowdown just kind of started getting really irritating for me, and by that I mean this may have either been my controller's fault, or because I was using a 360 controller to play this, so maybe the analog controls were just kind of messing with me. But
why
I feel
would you
like
play Mega Man with an analog stick?
because it felt comfortable, and
Use a fucking DualShock.
I don't have the DualShock.
Get one.
I don't want to get the DualShock. But
I'll DualShock you.
I mean, I think, like, there seems to be a bit of a delay in the controls when slowdown starts, and I just do not... When you're in the midst of battle with some of the robot masters, especially during the repeat battles, it just gets really irritating when you're just firing your weapon, then all of a sudden it just doesn't fire, and then you get killed, and then...
That's just the thing when you've got frame rate issues, that if you're having less fresh frames on screen, you have less input frames, so the control's going to feel less responsive, and that's why slowdown is such a big issue with these kinds of games.
Yeah, and I think I said this in the last series too, but I much... Oh dear, I'm spinning on the mic. I much prefer the flickering than to the slowdown, because at least I can... At least it's not like delaying the controls and whatnot. I mean, flicker is still bad, don't get me wrong, but I mean, slowdown is much worse in my opinion.
The reason why I brought that up in the Mega Man 1 boss is that in that one, it is literally impossible to see where the projectile that you're meant to be dodging is. That's why it's more offensive there, because like you can't dodge something if you have literally no way to see where it's coming from. For the most part, yeah, frame rate issues are more of a big deal. But when it's literally makes certain bosses unplayable unless you reset, then we've got a problem.
Yeah, I don't think there was ever a time where, like, again, I know that you had your problems, but there was never a time that flicker became an issue for me. I don't think I ever had a boss that became unplayable. Of course, I maybe misremember things. Maybe we'll get to a point where that happens. But, yeah, in any case, now we're on to Gemini Man stage again, and it's considerably shorter, I think, than the actual stage, but...
No, this drags on. There's two phases of this, isn't there? Because there's the two bosses. This feels like it goes on for fucking ever.
Oh, well,
I hate it.
you see? I misremember things.
You're bad at this.
Why am I even commenting? What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, well, you should have started questioning what you're doing with your life when you started making YouTube videos in the first place.
Especially the Sonic ones.
Yeah, that's kind of like the beginning and the end.
Oh, if only I could just go back in time and tell past Steven, no, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Don't do it.
It's never worth it. I think they changed the color of the explosion sprites from orange to blue.
Yeah, I said that already.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Yeah, good insight, Mia. It's very good insight.
Oh god, this is probably just about as boring as the Amy Rose parts of SA1.
No, I mean, at least there's stuff going on in here. I mean, sure, it's kind of tedious, but I don't think anything can ever top those stages. Or, I mean, sorry, that story.
GG.
GG indeed. Who do these embryos belong to?
What are you doing?
Just shoot the bottom line out and slide under.
I'm sorry, good sirs. Would you have preferred it if you recorded the gameplay?
Probably.
Fine then. I'll never record another gameplay segment again. In the meantime, I've got to plan the next session for Mega Man 5.
Yeah, you enjoy playing your shitty 5.
Oh, screw you guys. That game is perfectly fine, and you know it.
I'm just thinking of even like just playing Mega Man 5 with that "this is fine" comic thing, you know, like with all the flames around. Like, Mega Man 5 is
playing
fine.
it with a stick out.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get to Mega Man 5 when we get to Mega Man 5, because I have a lot of things to... I want to just go all out right now and just completely defend myself, but I must have restraint, because this is not Mega Man 5, this is the third one. And as you can see here, I'm still using Rush Jet. Well, I'm still submerged in water, thus showing how useless Rush Marine is. What does Rush Marine even do?
It's basically a rush jet that works underwater, but like rush jet itself works underwater. So I guess one possible defense of it is that like you could use your rush marine and then still have rush jet energy left over, but you pick up so many energy pellets. Like, what's the point?
Also, since there's a bunch of water in this section, I wonder who we're going to be fighting this time.
Ooh.
No idea.
Mermaid Lady.
Clearly it's going to be Gutsman.
Yeah, we haven't seen Gutsman yet in this game. I'm kind of disappointed.
I'm worried about Gutsman. Where is he? It's like, I played a Mega Man game and I didn't see Gutsman. Is he sick?
It's just not right. It's just not right. It's not the same without Gutsman.
Oh cool, they brought back the spikes.
Goody.
Fuck that. I just don't like him. I don't like Doc Robot. I don't like his design either. He looks ugly. He looks like he got his face torn off when they were building him, but they didn't notice or something.
It looks just generic.
Yeah.
I suppose.
But as per usual, Bubble Man is a piece of piss. Shoot him whatever the fuck you got, you know. You're not gonna lose to him.
Alright, and now we move on to Shadow Man's stage yet again, and it's less exciting the second time, but that theme makes up for it all the way. I love this theme so much.
I love this stage because it literally just shows how lazy these stages get. It's literally the same thing, just with a bunch of spikes littered on the walls.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to make these stages naturally harder. Just stick a bunch of spikes around and hope the player doesn't run into them. Yeah, that'll do. It's good game design.
We can roll with that.
Yeah. Let's go out and get tacos.
They're Japanese, though. They only
Whatever.
eat sushi.
The Japanese could still eat tacos.
No, they don't. They only eat sushi.
Hey, I'm sure they have rice balls too. I've watched anime before.
They're jelly donuts, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, those platforms there that just kind of drop out under you, I don't like them. They drop out way too fast.
Yeah, they're another thing that the slowdown screws you over for, because you gotta time your jumps when the frame rate's inconsistent. That's always easy to do, right?
Yeah, the gaming for this stage is also, I guess, kind of unique. I don't really care for it because it's another stage where you really can't see until you're like away from the thing that's making you not be able to see. But it kind of looks nice, I guess. Oh, hey, Woodman. Haha, lol.
Yeah, they will go back to using the lighting thing in Brightman stage, but you know.
Oh yeah, Brightman's. Brightman stage. Hoo-hoo.
How are you on 0 lives?
Because I'm not going to die, sir. I never die throughout these playthroughs. I always edit them out. Like, if I had shown myself dying, that'd just be unprofessional.
Tomb Raider.
Sonic Colors.
Fuck you!
Snap.
I didn't die in Sonic Colors at all. That was a speedrun.
You didn't.
No, you didn't die. Sonic became life challenged. Please use the politically correct term.
Hedgehog lives matter.
One thing I don't like about Shadow Man stages are these parachute bastards, as well as the jumping things. I made a decree.
Magnet missile.
Yeah, I got stuck on this. I died so many times on this part that I just
Magnet
made a
missile.
decree. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I could use the magnet missile, so I didn't use the magnet missile. But at least
you're
I didn't
retarded.
I didn't I didn't get hit by them though. That counts for something.
You got hit by that though.
Well, that thing isn't important.
Yes, it is.
You're not important, Mia.
You're just setting new stipulation to whatever you think will make you sound cool.
Oh, look, it's the lighter. Anyone got a smoke?
Oh, yes.
With some dank kush around? Just use him.
Please don't ever say that ever again.
Yeah, I remember now. I hated this guy so much. I got stuck to a point where if you get hit by those flamethrowing 3 times, then you just get killed. So I only got hit once, and then I had to get hit a single time, and I killed him. And it's so satisfying. Yes. And now that we've cleared that, we can finally defeat Breakman, or Proto Man.
The final boss.
Yes, the absolute
Clearly.
final boss. And he's no different from than when he was in the other parts.
Why are you getting hit? Why are you getting hit?
Because God didn't create me equally, and the stars didn't align.
There is no God. Why are you getting hit?
I didn't get hit that time, I only got hit twice. Thank you very much. I don't care for this silence during the dialogue, it's just meh.
And they
Yeah,
spelt
right.
Wily wrong.
Yeah.
Of course.
See,
I
I
do.
kind of like the odd little bit of silence here and there in games. It's atmospheric, but still.
Oh, fuck.
Well, it's a slightly smaller pitch than it was in the last few games, but it's still kind of annoying. And as we can see here, Wily wasn't rehabilitated at all. He's still the villain. Oh my gosh, that was I didn't see that coming. We'll see you guys on the next episode.